Covering 71% of the Earth's surface, water is definitely one of the most prominent known chemical compounds. It's fundamental in processes like photosynthesis, metabolism, and respiration. In fact, every known form of life depends on water in some way. But does drinking water play a role in weight loss? Before we dive too far into an answer, first we need to understand what weight loss is. Assuming you live on Earth and you have the same force of gravity pulling you toward the Earth as everyone else, your weight is just a product of your mass multiplied by the constant acceleration of gravity pushing you downward. Since you can't change the force of gravity, then the only way to change your weight is to change your mass. Almost 99% of the mass of the human body is made up of 6 elements: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus. The rest is composed of another 5 elements: potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium. But let's just focus on the obvious. We're a mass of bone, muscle, tissue, fat, skin, and various liquids. Now, assuming you're not interested in losing any of those liquids, any of your skin, internal organs, or bones, then our focus on how to effectively change your weight turns toward muscle and fat. Muscle is basically bands of tissue that have the ability to contract in order to aid in the movement and positioning of body parts. Each muscle is actually more than 70% composed of water. When a muscle is used, say to open a door or to lift a weight, water is driven into the muscle cells from the blood. This is what causes that pump feeling when you do a bicep curl, for instance. However, when dehydration occurs due to poor fluid consumption, water is instead drawn out of the muscle and into the blood to preserve proper circulation and to maintain blood pressure. When muscle cells lose water, protein production is slowed down, and protein breakdown speeds up. This means loss of muscle and eventual injury. If that's not convincing enough, keep in mind that muscle plays a vital role in helping you to lose body fat, maintain fat loss, and keep your skin tight. Bottom line, you don't ever want to lose muscle. So then let's assume that you have muscle maintenance down like a pro. This leaves fat as the only component of your mass that can be changed in order to help you lose weight. The fact is, when anyone talks about weight loss, it's really fat loss that's being referenced. It's not like anyone ever said, "Man, I can't fit these pants. I need to drop like 15 pounds of muscle ASAP." Body fat can be categorized in 2 ways: essential fat and storage fat. Essential fat is essential. It's necessary for normal healthy function. It's found in small amounts within bone marrow, muscles, organs, and in the central nervous system. For men, essential body fat is about 3% of body weight. Women, having the natural need to support reproduction, have a higher percentage of essential fat, about 12%. Storage fat, however, is fat that accumulates beneath the skin and in the muscles. Now, there is a type of storage fat that protects your internal organs from injury. So as a result, it is generally good to have some storage fat, but most storage fat can be considered expendable. This expendable storage fat is the fat that increases when you gain weight, and it's what you lose when you lose weight. When you consume food, your body uses all the necessary calories supplied by the food to fuel vital processes and activities. Any unused calories get converted into fats known as triglycerides, which are stored in the fat cells. When needed, your body converts the triglycerides into usable energy for your muscles and other tissues, which causes the fat cells to shrink. However, when the amount of fat being stored exceeds the amount needed to aid in the processes, this causes the fat cells to enlarge, and this is what causes the visual sign of gaining weight. During the metabolic processes that occur when triglycerides are converted into muscle energy, the body produces heat and the waste products water and carbon dioxide. It's when your body expels these waste products that you begin to lose fat. Of all the ways that your body can get rid of water and CO2, breathing and urination are at the top of the list. In fact, the process of breathing during sleep actually releases more fat than any other process in the body. In addition to allowing proper muscle recovery, this is why getting a good night's sleep is always mentioned as helpful in weight loss. But other than trying to get more sleep at night, you can't really increase the amount you breathe daily, not by much at least. So that leaves urination. Peeing is the second most effective method for getting rid of body fat. In fact, when you're efficiently losing weight after adopting a regimen of consistent exercise and good nutrition, you can actually see a change in your body fat percentage before and after using the bathroom. So clearly, peeing more often will aid in the process of getting rid of body fat. And how do you pee more often? Drink more water. But how much should you drink? On a general basis, an inactive person, someone who doesn't exercise, requires about half their body weight in ounces of water daily. So a 180-pound person should drink 90 ounces of water to maintain proper function. However, someone who is active, exercises regularly, needs to drink enough water to facilitate the muscular pump that we discussed before, but also to replenish water lost during perspiration. They should drink more like 2/3 their body weight in ounces of water. So that same 180-pound person would instead need to drink 120 ounces of water a day. But how does someone who isn't used to drinking water adapt to drinking 120 ounces per day? Some people like the jug method. You essentially carry a giant jug of water all day long and just keep drinking from it. While this works, it's not necessarily realistic depending on your situation at work, with your commute, and etc. Another way is to use a 25-ounce container like a shaker cup and drink from it when you eat a meal. 15 to 20 minutes before a meal, you drink 25 ounces of water. This can also be done 15 to 20 minutes after a meal, but never during the meal, as excess water will negatively affect proper digestion, which is, believe it or not, also related to fat loss. If you eat 5 meals a day, as long as you stick to this schedule, you'll have consumed 125 ounces of water by the end of the day. And if you're really bad at remembering to do things like this, maybe you have a busy work day or whatever, pull out your smartphone and schedule a series of daily reminders to eat at a certain time and to drink 15 to 20 minutes before or after. So yes, drinking water is extremely important, not only for basic survival, but for operating many daily processes in your body, including weight loss. If you like this video, let us know. Share it with a friend and leave a comment below. Got a burning question about fitness, health, or nutrition? Post it below to have it answered in an upcoming video.